I'm Owen Bigland. This is the Inside Edge video blog. Okay, happy holidays. I think this is going to be posted sometime between Christmas and New Year's. I'm never quite sure. As you guys know, I tend to go into my studio, my home office here, and I'll shoot 3 or 4 videos at a time, kind of bank a few. As I speak, I'm getting ready in a few more days to pack up and go away for the Christmas holidays here, like I always do, go someplace warm. I'm going to be in the Caribbean this year on the East Coast, and then Miami for a little while. So it'll be a nice trip. Like I always do, I'll grab a drink and go under a palm tree for a little bit by myself. I'll bring my little book, a journal that I carry with me that I kind of do a kind of a recap of my year in a lot of different areas. Real estate, of course, is the first one. How many homes did I sell? What was my average cost or sale price? Commission, what were my general expenses for the year, and then I'll move on to my stock portfolio, how that was, my total value of my portfolio from my different brokerage accounts. I'll just kind of do a quick synopsis of my rental properties, where my rental income is at, and I'll give you guys an update on this in the new year. 2023 was a good year for me. It always is a good year. Nothing much changes with me. I've got a big portfolio, so I'm always generating dividends and reinvesting more, and I'm an established realtor, so business doesn't really fluctuate that much like it might for a younger realtor. But in my rental business, my properties I have, it was a pretty good year. I did place 2 new tenants, which is nice. So the rents, was able to raise rents back up to full market rent. So that's good. But I'll do another blog on that in the new year. But I think this will probably air sometime between now and New Year's. So here we go. Arnold's book. I talked about this about a month ago. Be Useful, 7 Tools for Life. You guys should buy this book. It is fantastic. I've read everything on Arnold, as you guys know. As soon as this book came out, my wife pre-ordered it and it was delivered. And if you follow me on Twitter, it arrived. It was great. It arrived just before I was ready to take a little 5-day quick trip down to Cabo San Lucas for a quick little break. The book arrived the day before, so it was fantastic. So it's an easy read. I read this book over the 5 days I was at the pool. And as everything with Arnold, it's a mandatory read for you guys. A lot of the stuff in here, if you watched his biography on Netflix, you know, he talks about some things in here in the book. And then if you've read any other books or autobiographies on Arnold, there's some repeat stuff in here. But I'll give you kind of the contents here, just quickly here. He's got 7 chapters in here. Chapter 1, have a clear vision. Never think small. Work your ass off. Sell, sell, sell. Shift gears. Shut your mouth and open your mind. Break your mirrors. So he had some new stuff in here. Arnold's becoming more of a motivational guy now. Which I love. He's, such a successful guy in so many areas. Competitive bodybuilder, actor, politician, entrepreneur, real estate developer. He's a huge believer in real estate. A little known fact, I don't know if some of you guys realize that Arnold was already a multi-millionaire before he ever started getting into acting. And it wasn't from his bodybuilding per se. That provided him with some fuel. There wasn't a lot of money in 70s and 80s bodybuilding. But the money he was making from his mail order business and supplements and posing exhibitions, he rolled right into real estate. And he would buy some commercial real estate, but also owned several small apartment buildings in Santa Monica and I think the Brentwood area that he still owns. He also owns a lot of real estate along Main Street in Santa Monica. He used to have his restaurant there that I used to frequent and his cigar store there as well. But he owns a lot of commercial real estate in Santa Monica as well. But one of the ones I really like, Chapter 4, Sell, Sell, Sell. I've told you guys many times about the career of being a salesman, an elite level salesman, not just any salesman. Lots of salesmen out there that are making $40K a year. If you can move into the upper echelons and become an expert in that field and really develop your sales skills, then the sky is the limit. You can be earning $400,000, $500,000, $600,000, $700,000. It's not going to come in a year or two. It's going to take 10, 15 years to get to those levels, but once you do, it can be pretty rewarding. Arnold talked too about selling yourself. Even if you don't want to become a salesman and selling real estate or medical supplies, learn how to sell, and just selling yourself, because he's right, we're always selling ourselves. And he talked about how when he became an actor, he had to learn how to sell himself. And this is I think this is a really great piece of advice. How to Win Friends and Influence People would be a really good book that you guys should read. I think I mentioned it in the back of my book. That's a book that I read 20 or 25 years ago. But learning how to not just you don't have to become a salesman, but learning how to sell yourself to employers, how to get a raise. Geez, showing up at a restaurant that's booked out solid, trying to get yourself a table, you're selling yourself there. So that one was really good. Work Your Ass Off, that one I loved as well. It's classic Arnold. It's just, there's nobody going to help you in this world. Government isn't your friend. Your employer probably isn't your friend. If you want to get ahead, if you want to become successful, you want to become a multimillionaire, whatever your goals are, you're going to have to work your ass off. Arnold worked his ass off. I'm fortunate that I got into bodybuilding at a young age, and Arnold was one of the guys that I followed, so I started reading a lot of stuff on him, and it just got embedded in me as well. And as well with my father, just about work ethic, that the world is yours for the taking. We're born as Canadian, we're born in one of the greatest countries in the world. We're given every opportunity here for success. You put in the work and you will be rewarded handsomely. And Arnold is just a big advocate of just putting your head down and working, and you'll be amazed at how far it will take you. There's going to be setbacks along the way, but I look back now on my career in both sports and in real estate. I put in the work, long hours, but I tell you guys, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and you'll look back on it and it'll be worth the time and the effort that you put in. Good things will happen when you work hard. But really great book. Pick it up. It's available everywhere. I think it's mandatory reading. The basic thing, this book has come out at a really good time too, because Arnold talks about it, how today with social media, young people are on their phones all day, or what he calls their little machines, looking at dog videos and cat videos. And you know what? If you want to look at a little bit of that for 10 minutes, no problem. But they're just enveloped in it. I see it all the time. I've told you guys at the gym, at the clubs where I work out at, people on their phone, on pieces of equipment. They're not there to work out. They're just there to watch cat videos on their phone. The working out is just a chore for them. And it shows. They're not getting in shape. Arnold talks a lot about that. You're not committed. You have to be committed. You have to be motivated for what you're there for. When I go in to work out for an hour, I'm there to work out. That's what I'm there for. I almost never touch my phone, and I barely bring my phone with me unless it's to change up some music. But I do not return emails. I do not return text messages. I don't answer phone calls. Why would I get distracted from what I'm doing? The same thing is if I'm in with clients, or I'm doing a CMA, or doing an evaluation on a property. I focus on everything and put my effort into that. I don't get sidetracked. That old myth about multitasking is a joke. Multitasking is you do 5 things half-assed, is what it is, instead of focusing on one thing and doing it 100%. So Arnold, in this day and age where nobody wants to get their feelings hurt, everybody gets a participation ribbon. Nobody, I think what he calls it, nobody wants to go through any pain anymore. And you're not going to get anywhere unless you're willing to put up with some pain. And I totally agree with that. My rise through competitive bodybuilding, and then in the fitness industry, and then in real estate, had all kinds of setbacks and pain. It makes you stronger. You learn from your mistakes as you go along. But most people, as Arnold says in his book, don't want to get out of their comfort zone anymore. They don't want to put themselves out there, take on a new challenge, take on a new career, start a business, get into a sport, try and get good at it, because they're worried about getting defeated, or worried about being embarrassed, or setbacks and all that other stuff. Well, if that's you, staying in your comfort zone, you're not going to get very far in life. As Arnold says, he says your life is over, is what he says. And he's right. Your life is over. You'll just go through, have a mundane, average person's life. And if that's what you want to do, that's great. But if you want more out of life, if you want to create a really incredible life where you've got a job that you love, you get up for it, you're staying in shape, you've got a good family, you've got a nice lifestyle, a nice house, you can travel and explore the world, then you can follow Arnold's 7 steps here. And if you do, I can 100% guarantee that your life is going to be incredible 10, 15, 20 years. As a matter of fact, you'll notice the difference within the first 6 months if you start taking Arnold's guidelines here. But you're not going to notice any massive results for a while. It takes time, and that's what trips most people up. They get into something, it's work, I got to get up early, don't see the results right away, I quit. And that's all the more reason why I tell you guys it's a lot easier these days to kind of separate yourself from the competition. I know it was in my business when I got into real estate. This business has got, the churn is massive in real estate. For every 100 realtors that get their license, 90 are out of the business in the first 3 years. So if you put the work in this industry, work hard, willing to put in the 10, 15-hour days, 7 days a week, you'll be rewarded for it. You will distance yourself pretty quick from your competition. Arnold talks a lot about that as well. Pick up the book. I think you guys will really enjoy it. Everyone should read it. Make a good stocking stuffer. If you've got kids, good gift to give to your kids in their stocking this year for sure. I'm Owen Bigland. Happy holidays. I'll see you guys next week.